Morning YouTube, Pewsily here. Just an update on the Fabled deck that I took to my locals yesterday. So made some quick changes to it in the morning, and then after testing it all day yesterday, made another change again. So this is updated from the previous build, which is on my channel. I wasn't able to get any duel videos up, unfortunately, because it was just so busy yesterday. It was just like randomly more people than normal. So yeah, anyway, I'll jump straight into it. Here we go. So straight off. Triple, and now triple chow as well, up from 2, because I found myself yesterday searching it so much, because I ran 2, and this is the change that I've made this morning to up that to 3, because there was one duel where I just didn't have enough discards, but only one. Other than that, it was fine, but yeah, upped from 3, just to help abuse formula a little bit more, really. Rest of the monster lineup's pretty much the same. Triple Grimro, triple Cruise, double Lurry, and Kashano. So that's the sort of Fabled lineup. I went with triple Snipe Hunter. This deck is supposed to swarm, but Snipe Hunter adds that really good control aspect to it. My god, best card that's in the deck, seriously. It just generates way too much advantage. I really recommend it if you're going to play Fabled. Every time you discard and you destroy a card, the monster's going to special summon, you get +1 every single time. So yeah, and also the reason it's so good is because Cerebral, Ganashia, and these two, and Snipe Hunter is Trishula. So I got Trishula out 11 times yesterday. 11 times. So that's how easily they can do it. Moving on, just to the trickies. Can't remember if I was running 3 or not before, but 3's overkill, just run 2. Run 2 because it's good to go into Black Rose, and first turn Black Rose Dragon is usually going to win you that game. And also spellcaster, so you get your Arcanite Magician. One Morphing Jar, of course, and this is one change, Sangan. I had him in there before and then took him out because he just seemed a bit slow, but then when I moved to use triple Snipe Hunter, the whole deck turned a little bit more control rather than more just sort of focused on the spamming of the synchros. So this can search out anything that you need. Like almost all of the monsters there apart from the tricky are searchable, and Ganashia and Grimro, but other than that they're virtually all searchable with Sangan. Just 2 Pot of Avarice now. I've dropped it down from 3 because I opened up one game with all 3, Card Destruction and Dark Hole. That just sucked. I mean, I know the odds of drawing into it are like really low, but I drew into like 2 a couple of times and drew into 3 that once, and that just completely put me off. So dropped it to 2 and I'll test it at that. Of course, Card Destruction. And just sort of staples from there. Double MST, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, Book of Moon, and Mind Control. You just cannot drop Mind Control. I stole a Decoichi with it yesterday, and then used that to synchro into Trishula. So there we go. And the trap lineup's gotten smaller. Torrential, Mirror Force, Double Solemn Warning, and Solemn Judgment. Just purely because I would be doing things like Card Destruction and Morphing Jar, and then drawing into all spells and traps. So there wasn't anything I could do. It'd be like my opponent would attack into my Morphing Jar, and I would hope to sort of grab loads of monsters so I could Synchro spam next turn. No, I would draw all my traps and stuff. So really cut that down just into the sheer basics to control. So it worked really well. I probably wouldn't change that at all, to be honest. Although I am thinking of chucking in Royal Decree into the side deck, so you can take out all 5 traps and throw in 3 Royal Decree to find space for 2 more cards. For once, I'll show you the extra deck inside. The side needs some work because I didn't use most of it, to be honest. But start off with double Formula Synchron. You can't ignore the 1 jewel that it gives you, and that level 2 tuner gives you good access into surprisingly into Trishula. So there's that. Just the 1 Unicorn. Just because you can. Got to one point where me and one of my opponents had no cards in hand, so whatever he top decked, this would negate. It was just ridiculous. Double Raging, you don't need 3. 3 is overkill. But yeah, double Raging's good, just more draw power, and a Catasta, obviously. One Bryac again, obviously. One Gaia Knight, it was sort of my personal choice to chuck a Gaia Knight in because that's sort of my play style. I play to beat up Stardust, so I went with that. You could drop that. I sort of wished I put a second Trishula in the extra deck, so if I had, I would have done it over that. But this is, if there's any sort of one card you're going to take out, that's probably it. One Ancient Sacred Wyvern, just because you can OTK with it, and I did once. So you can't ignore the sheer power that can get. Black Rose Dragon, again, it's to reset the field is just too good. One Arcanite, just because it's good, it really is. One Stardust, just the one, just because, to be honest, I don't really go into level 8s that much. I think I got Stardust out once, so yeah. One Trishula, I sort of wish I'd put a second one in, but I summoned it out 11 times yesterday. So yeah, me and my friends had a competition over who could get Trishula out the most. I got Trishula out on the first turn 5 times. 5 first turn Trishulas. And I summoned it 11 times throughout the day, so I won that competition. Next was Leviathan. I didn't summon it at all, although I could have, and I just forgot. But again, it's possible you could take this out. I don't know if I would, though, personally, just because to be able to go into it, and the fact that it can get back 3 Fableds is good, but it's iffy. I'd probably consider maybe taking that out. And Shooting Star Dragon I put in there as well, just because you've got the formulas. I didn't go into it at all. Possibly thinking of taking it out, but then again, with Dragunities and everything going like first turn Stardust like every single game, if you mind control that and then go into a first turn formula with Chawa and Lurry, then you've got Shooting Star and you haven't normal summoned yet. So it's sort of it's just like Leviathan, worth having in there, but you very rarely go into it. So I don't know, but I mean they're sort of personal tech choices. It's obviously your choice what you want to do there. The side I used, which is, I reckon this is the bit that needs most work. Double Kinetic, it's really good obviously against Samurais, but also against heroes. Like if Neos Alias runs into it or is in defense position, they lose crap loads of life. Double Nobleman, it's just excellent against Gravekeeper Spy, Raikou, Dekoichi, yada yada yada. Triple Consecrated Light to hit Black Wings and Gravekeepers, because all your Fable are light. The only thing I had to worry about was Snipe Hunter. And the one time I did side this in, I went up against a deck that ran like 30 dark monsters and 5 light monsters, and they drew 3 light monsters. So I wasn't pleased. Double Dust Tornado, they're in there for Dragunity hate. So if you chain Dust Tornado or MST to the activation of Ravine, they still discard, but they don't get to do anything, so you get a +1 off of it, and it's really funny, so that's in there. Chain Disappearance, it's got so many uses. You can hit Cage Musha from 6 Samurais, you can hit Raikous, Debris Dragons, Lone Fire, Glow Up Bulb, Spore, so this really craps on Plant Synchro, but you can also hit Dragunity Phalanx, Dragunity Eclipse. Against Fabled stuff, you could also hit Cerberus. So it's an incredibly flexible one. So I thought about using this like ages and ages and ages and ages ago, and I was using this in my side deck before it popped up in YCSs, and I bought them for 10 pence each. And then the next YCS, someone used it, and then the YCS after, everyone was using it. So jumped ahead of the bandwagon there. Next was 2 Pulling the Rug. It's just excellent against Gadgets, Machina, and Dragunities again. So there we go. And then Double Effect Failure. So just sort of largely fish OTK because someone does play that there, but it's also good against Monarchs and again Dragunities. But that's all of it. Rate, comment, subscribe. If you've got any suggestions and things, what you think might be good, then let me know. But yeah, the deck as it stands, definitely playable. I made top cut with it. And next week I hope to do even better with the slight changes I've made, and now that I know how to play it ever so slightly better, because I misplayed a couple of times. So yeah, I misplay, I know. But yeah, there we go. Peace.